Gary Lee and Army Armstrong back home again in Indiana at the Indiana State Fairgrounds for the four-wheel and off-road Jamboree Fall Nationals, part of the 2,500 four-wheel vehicles on display here. As we take a look at the round two pairings, now Taurus, as the fast loser, replaces the Outlaw since he broke. So Eldon Depew will go up against Bigfoot, and then we'll have the Carolina Crusher against Wild Thing. Well, this is round two action, with the winners going on to the semifinals. Snakebite will also be matched up against Steve Hess in Nightmare. And there is a look at Andy Brass, Bigfoot 8. Of course, he is based in St. Louis, Missouri, only about a 4 or 5 hour drive from here in Indianapolis. And he'll go up against Eldon Depew of Granite City, Illinois in Taurus.
Jack Wellman, the owner of this truck, told Eldon, just go drive your race, get time in the seat. These trucks ran against each other in the first round. The brake rule brings Taurus back in this thing. I wonder what's going through his mind right now. I don't think he's going to let Andy intimidate him at all. Oh, boy.
But Andy got the whole shot. Oh, look how close it was, though. Andy had the whole shot, but Eldon stuck his foot to the floorboard and almost caught him. Andy may have won it, though.
That was amazing. This kid, you can see him on every run developing a car. He's left at the light. Okay, now from here on out, it's got to be horsepower. The truck settles, all four wheels bite. He launches it. I bet this kid for a hobby likes to tap dance in a minefield. That's the kind of mindset he has.
All right, who won it?
I don't know. We're still waiting.
That was a photo finish. I'm not sure that...
They're going into technical trailer to check it out, Gary.
Well, we rely on the videotape, but they'll be looking at what we just saw, and we can't tell. There's Andy Brass. Looking again.
One up, one down. Like two fighter pilots. One's trying to go up, the other one's trying to go down. Look at that. Nose up, nose down.
Well, the officials are now saying that it was Bigfoot that won by, what, the right front tire, perhaps?
They may say that, but that's not what I see. But what I see doesn't count, I guess.
So Andy Brass wins it, but I think we'll see this young man back in competition because the fast loser of this round will return. Let's talk to Andy Brass.
Andy, the word we're getting, the wind came in about an inch long.
That is, it was a close one. I went in the trailer because we have had several close calls out here, and I'm thinking sometimes we're getting a short end of the stick, so I want to make sure I went in and watched the video. Jack's going in now to watch it. From I watched, I think if we'd shaved the tires much more, we would have lost.
See you in the next round.
All right, thank you.
That's what the fans pay to see. Almost photo finish. It took about 3 or 4 replays to determine that Andy Brass won it. Jim Booker coming up next in Wild Thing. And there's a look at the Carolina Crusher, sponsored by Big A Auto Parts. Gary Porter in the cockpit.
Well, the driver of the Wild Thing, like we told you earlier, this is his first year. He passed Scott Stevens in the first round. He got past a toughie there, but he got another toughie to go after now. And you know Gary Porter going to thump him if he gets a chance. Right there, he did. Big time.
Well, it was no contest. I think there was a mechanical problem there with Wild Thing. Gary Porter, though, keeps the foot in it, completes the run, and he will advance to the semifinals in the Carolina Crusher. And Booker is taking a sightseeing tour off the racetrack right now.
Back home again in Indiana. Booker got to see a lot of real estate right there, didn't he?
And
look
he
at
was
Porter
going
on the
slow
right
enough
now.
to enjoy it.
See, Gary, you brought out an interesting point. He is constantly tweaking this truck. Even though he had what would consider an easy run, he still drove it hard to learn something.
Drive the racetrack. You're competing against the track and not the other drivers. And that's exactly what Gary Porter was doing. He was going after, I got paid
to do the wild thing.
That's what Gary Porter was here to do, though, attack the racetrack. He did. Here's a look at Steve Hess from Columbia City, Indiana. He drives a truck called Nightmare. And Steve will go up against Snakebite. There he is from Cobra Creek, Colorado, Colt Cobra.
Interesting thing that we're looking at right now. This is the last race for the Nightmare truck. They're going to rebuild the truck. And he is going to go out fighting. Look at that.
Well, wait a minute. He just lost
the
the drive shaft.
And this is the last week for the truck. He would love nothing better than to take the Penda line of people into the winner's circle. But if he does, he's going right back to his trailer right now. That's an indication that he's going to try to get it fixed before the next round.
Well, he's not sure at this point in the cockpit how much damage there is under the truck.
See, they've got communications with people sitting on the side of the truck. So I imagine the crew members told him, You got breakage in the rear suspension. But you can't take it away from him. He earned it.
The last run for Nightmare, they'd like to make it victorious. They'll go back and work on that as he knocks out the snake bite. And Colt Cobra, we talked about a vindictive Colt Coulter. Look at him pacing back and forth there, stalking the prey. Here's Steve Hess.
Well, Gary, Steve Hess is trying to take this girl out in a blaze of glory. This is the last time this truck is going to be running. You're just tickled to death with it seems like.
I am. This truck has been a great truck. We've had it 3 years. We've always done real well here, and we're as far as we've ever been in the series in the brackets today. The truck's running well. We broke a Heim joint, but the crew's back there working on it. We've got a tremendous crew and our sponsors, and everything's going real good.
Well, now as we take a look at the semifinals, we'll have Bigfoot against the Carolina Crusher. There is Taurus, the fast loser. So Eldon Depew is still in competition. He'll be matched up with Steve Hess in Nightmare as they work on that pickup. And there is Bigfoot, Andy Brass out of St. Louis, Missouri, the Bigfoot 8 tube-frame monster truck, and he goes up against a guy who loves the outside racetracks, Gary Porter, in the Big A Auto Parts Carolina Crusher. Ford against Chevrolet.
Boy, it's your classic battle, but right now it is a toss-up. They've both been here before. Brass leaves on Porter. Look at the truck settle at mid-range. The chassis, if there's such thing as a perfect chassis setting right now, it's with that truck. Whoa, the steering went away on it. Brass very wisely tags the brake to pull it around. But remember, in the first round he lost the steering. I believe it happened to him again. He's driving right now with no steering, Gary Lee, none whatsoever.
And here's where he locks the brakes up and slides to a stop.
See, the wheels stay straight in the front. He did not turn those wheels. That's spooky.
And here is a look at Steve Hess in Nightmare, the final afternoon of competition for this pickup. And there is Eldon Depew in Taurus. What an afternoon he has had. The fast loser from our preceding round, so he is still in competition.
Like a bad dream, this Taurus truck just keeps coming back and coming back.
And he's going to win this one.
Yeah.
Like a cat with 9 lives, this truck has lost twice today already, but on the brake rule and on the fast loser rule, he's come back twice, and now he's won.
That's exactly right, Gary, but there's only one winner at the end of the day, and you only got to win one race, and he's going to be in that race. Could the third time be charmed?
At the opening of the show, we said this was the 10th anniversary of Bigfoot. It's going to be Bigfoot and Taurus for the championship.